ever since I heard this organization, I thought, wow, I'd love to be in there, but being that most of my notoriety is in country music, I'll probably never get there. So when Charlie Feldman called me and told me about it, I said, "Are you sure?" I thought maybe somebody made a mistake, you know. But I'm thrilled and honored. You know. Of the hit songs, my favorite that I wrote was I think Tracy Lawrence did in 1996 called "Time Marches On." Well, I was nominated for Song of the Year on Time Marches On, and Vince Gill was nominated for Go Rest High on That Mountain. We were backstage, and I said, "Man, if mine doesn't win, I want yours to win." He said, "I feel the same way about yours." So when he won, I thought, well, I don't feel quite as bad about it now. This is when I first started producing Blake Shelton. Of course, the first one we came with was the biggest debut single in 10 years, but this was going to be his first song. Blake used to go around doing this little dirty rap thing he did, and just hearing him in his Oklahoma white boy accent doing this rap song was just hilarious. And I thought, I'm going to write him a rap song. And the label did research and said, well, not only this song should not be a single, but it shouldn't even be on the album because people don't like this song. So I remember Toby had out sort of it was kind of a rap thing called Get You Some 2 or 3 years ago. I thought, I bet Toby would like this. So I took it to his producer, James Stroud, and he did it. And it was #1 for about 5 weeks. I was writing a song called I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Do I have to spell it out for you? And I hit a snag. And it just hit me about these two parents spelling out all the dark things going on in their lives, so their 4-year-old child wouldn't know about it. And wrote it. Nobody touched it. I couldn't understand him. Curly Putman, who was plugging songs at Tree Publishing Company, was also a great songwriter himself. And I said, why is nobody cutting this? And he said, well, I think it's just this one line. It's such a sad line, and you think it's so happy. And I had, oh, I wish that we could stop this D-I-V-O-R-C-E. Sounds so like a soap commercial. And I said, what would you do? And he grabbed his guitar, and this mournful voice, he said, I wish that we could stop it. And I said, let's put it on tape just like that. And Tammy Wynette cut it about 2 weeks later. And Curly didn't want any of it, and I said, well, you got to. So we compromised, and he took a quarter. But if I had it to do over, I would give him half of it, because had he not done that, the song probably nobody would have ever heard it. Had a good relationship with Billy Sherrill, his producer. There were just a few of us that got into his inner sanctum because he was such an introvert. He just didn't like to be around people. And he wrote so many of the hits that his artists recorded anyway. And but actually the song plugger at my publishing company pitched it to him. And he didn't. George Jones did not want to record it. Thought it was too morbid, too sad. He had to be coerced into recording it. But that's funny because that's the advantage of a strong producer, is that Patsy Cline, this has nothing to do with any of my songs, but Patsy Cline, the 3 biggest songs of her career, I Fall to Pieces, Crazy, and Walking After Midnight, she didn't want to do any of them. Owen Bradley pretty much initially forced her into do it. Then she gained a little power. Still, he was able to convince her that she should do it. I just got through doing an R&B album with a white girl from Oklahoma who has a big following singing in Asia. So talk about the great unification of music. There you go. And I have a book that's coming out. It'll be in the stores in September or October. I titled it Hollywood, Tennessee, A Life on Nashville's Music Road. The publisher just kept on. They insisted they said it could market it so much better if we make it Bobby Braddock, A Life on Nashville's Music Road. So that's what it is. That's the one that will get me run out of town.